Okay, the meeting will now come to order. We'll begin with introduction of members and seating of alternates, and we'll begin with town staff.
Dan Bure, Town Planner.
Okay, thank you. And then for commission members, this is Bob Ellsworth speaking.
Chantel Foster. Carolyn Freeman.
Robert Taylor.
Ken Kearns, alternate.
And Ken, would you please be seated for Victoria?
Sure.
Okay, so next item is to accept the agenda, and we do have a minor change to the agenda. Application 22-24, which is for 60 West Cotton Hill Road. It will be a public hearing, so we will be hearing that first. So that is the one minor change to the agenda. So may I have a motion to approve, to accept the amended agenda?
So moved.
And
Seconded.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, the agenda is accepted as amended. And then we will move on to our public hearing section. And this is for application 22-24, 60 West Cotton Hill Road, proposed 3-lot subdivision. Application and property of Bill and Jennifer Meisner, map 100, lot 12, zone R25. May I have a motion to open the public hearing, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, public hearing for application 22-24 is now open.
Would you like this right here?
Let's see. We want it so that it can be seen online.
Ken.
Yeah, tilt it towards the camera there.
Okay, good.
And then Pat, just grab the mic.
Okay.
I think you can detach it.
Yeah, just squeeze the thing together. That's it.
Okay, for the record, my name's Pat Benjamin. I am a professional engineer. My office is located 360B Main Street in Durham. And I'm here tonight on behalf of Bill and Jen Meisner. They own 19.23 acres on the north side of West Cotton Hill Road. They have their house on the property right now, and they would like to cut off 2 lots for their daughters, so they're proposing a 3-lot subdivision. It's in the R25 zone. Because there's no public utilities, 1-acre zoning applies. This is a copy of the map of survey at 1 inch equals 80 feet. North is straight up. Here is West Cotton Hill Road. Technically, West Cotton Hill Road ends as a public road in this area. This area was discontinued in the 80s. Their house is located right here. It's on Lot 2. Actually, Lot 1 was split off for a first cut about 5 years ago. Lot 2 is 13.15 acres. Lot 3 is 2.65 acres. And Lot 4 is 3.43 acres. We have a common driveway easement which encumbers each of these lots. The driveway to the lots runs down the property line and splits off into each of the house areas. This is a copy of the site plan. It's at 1 inch equals 40 feet. Here is West Cotton Hill Road. Once again, north is straight up. The existing house is located right here on Lot 2. It actually has a driveway which comes to where the house is. So Lot 3 is 2.65 acres. There's a proposed 14-foot wide common driveway. The town engineer's comments has asked us to increase that to 16 feet, which we don't have a problem with. And then it splits off for a 12-foot wide driveway. House is located here. Well is located in the front. Septic system is to the rear. Both lots are entirely wooded right now. We did soil testing for each of the lots, perk tests they passed, and the health department has actually approved the site plans. The roof water and the footing drains for each of the homes goes to a 40-foot long level lip spreader, which is essentially a small detention basin. It's about 15 inches deep, it's about 10 feet wide and 40 feet long. And it's sized for a 2-inch storm, which comes off the roof and the lot itself. Lot 4 is 3.43 acres. Once again, that driveway comes off to the proposed house location. Well is in the front, septic system is in the rear. It also has a 40-foot long level lip spreader for the footing drain and the roof water of the house. And there's cross easements for the driveway. The limits of clearing are shown on the plan. They shouldn't vary from that because these are the house locations the applicant picked out. We have silt fence around all the disturbed areas. Each of the lots require a 20 scale septic system plan. So before they're built on, they go through another review by Health Department and the Zoning Department. I did receive comments from the town engineer. Don't have any problem revising those. Most of them, one of them had to do with, once again, increasing the width of the driveway to 16 feet. He wanted us to kick back the right-of-way line approximately around 10 to 15 feet so that we have 50 feet from the right-of-way line on the other side of the road, which we can do. And they also wanted us to show there are about 4 or 5 trees which are within the town right-of-way. Actually, they're on the applicant's property right now, but they're going to be on the town's right-of-way. And we need to have an intersection site distance of 150 feet in both directions. So we're going to revise the drawing to show those trees to be cleared, which is typical for all the proposed driveways in Portland. And that's pretty much it. I'd be glad to answer any of your questions.
Yeah, I know he had a question about the frontage
Yes.
for lot 3, and I couldn't, because there's so many lines and stuff, I couldn't.
Yeah, the road was discontinued in the 80s, and they determined the location was right here, which was the corner of the lot across the street. We actually did the survey of all of this property, so we knew right where it was. When this lot was split off, we made sure we had 125, 125, 125 frontage all the way to the end. So each of these contains the minimum rectangle, which is shown on the plan, and each of these has 125 feet of frontage, so it meets the regulation.
And I guess he had another item about open space.
Yes, so typically, we're required to have 20% open space under your subdivision regulations, but the statute allows us to not have to do that if the land is being granted to a family member. And the 2 lots are going to his daughters, and he sent the town planner a memo to that effect, or an email. If he doesn't do that, then he has to come back to the commission or staff, and he has to grant a 20% conservation easement, minimum.
Yeah, Carolyn, so that is condition of approval on the motion, as well as a condition to meet Jeff's comments in his memo.
Okay, further questions or comments from commission members?
I don't know if this is an appropriate question, but you talked about the limits of clearing, but that's more for is that what we're talking about here, or not?
Well, so, I mean, really, the homeowner can decide. We'll get a new zoning application when the houses are proposed and built, and they will put their limits of clearing there. Really, it's up to the homeowner how much they want to clear, as long as there's no wetlands. If it's not in the upland review area for wetlands, I really don't get involved with what homeowners want to do in terms of clearing for trees. But I think it is nice that they're proposing leaving a good portion of the area wooded.
I'm also reading a comment here, and maybe you covered this. The common portion of the driveway and the driveway serving lot 3 be cross-sloped to the drain to the northwest.
Yeah, he wants us. Sometimes we'll crown the driveway, like a road, so it drains either way.
Yep.
And I showed this to be flat because I wanted it to drain down this way. He wants us to cross slope it so that it drains across it, because there's just this small area here draining across it. So what we did was, we actually revised the drawing already. We showed arrows on the driveway, and there's a note that says driveway to be cross sloped. And it shows the arrows.
Okay.
Which we also show at 20 scale when we do the 24 by 36 plan when they build the house. Because Jeff looks at that also.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other questions, comments by commission members? Any member of the public that would like to make a comment or ask any questions?
Thank you guys for volunteering.
Anybody on chat who would like to make a comment? Nothing on chat. Okay, last call for questions or comments. Okay, seeing none, may I have a motion then to close the public hearing?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, public hearing for application 22-24 is now closed. Any further discussion amongst commission members? Okay. Then I believe we do have a motion. When you get a minute, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to volunteer? It's not very long.
Motion to approve application 22-2460 West Cotton Hill Road, proposed three-lot re-subdivision application and property of Bill and Jennifer Meisner, map 100, lot 12, zone R25, as shown on plan set entitled William and Jennifer Meisner as subdivided, creating lots 3 and 4 dated 2/22/23, prepared by Bascom and Benjamin, and information provided with the application at the public hearing and subject to the following instructions and modifications integral to this approval. 1, that the certified letter of approval be placed on the cover sheet of the plan set. 2, that all actions associated with this subdivision be completed in accordance with the approved plan before April 6, 2028, which is the date that this approval shall expire. 3, that a licensed land surveyor certify that all lot monumentation and any required conservation easement markers have been installed in accordance with the plan and town policies. 4, that the Mylars be filed on the land records within 90 days of the end of the appeal period, and that 3 paper copies of the complete set of plans be submitted. 5, that prior to the endorsement of the Mylars, a digital file of the record subdivision be submitted to the town. 6, that all comments from the memo from Jeff Jacobson's 3/30/23 memo be addressed. 7, that this newly subdivided property be transferred to family members to allow for the exemption of review by the Conservation Commission. Reasons that this proposal satisfies sections 3 and 4 of the subdivision regulations.
May I have a second to the motion, please?
Seconded.
Okay, we will now vote, and we'll begin with Chantel.
Vote in favor.
Carolyn?
Yay.
Rob?
Aye.
Ken?
Yay.
This is Bob, I vote aye. Any opposed? There would be none, so the application is approved.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good luck. Okay, then we'll move on to our regular meeting. And the first item there is application 22-20, which is 127 Main Street. And don't,
Yeah, the applicant asked for this to be continued, so, yeah, we can move on.
okay, so no, do we have a motion? to
No, no,
continue?
no,
Okay,
no.
we'll just move on then.
Yep.
So the next item is application 22-21, 15 Wilcox Hill Road, proposed site plan review for a new bus terminal with attached maintenance garage. Application and property of L&D Realty LLC, map 83, lot 38-3, zone I. And,
I don't believe the applicant is ready to open the public hearing, so we can move on from that as well.
okay, so no motion to continue that one?
No, yeah, because we haven't, it's not a public hearing, but we haven't even opened the site plan review yet, so yeah, we won't open.
Okay, then we will move on to receive in applications. And the first one is application 22-23, 529 Glastonbury Turnpike, proposed 2-lot re-subdivision and site plan review for 3 new commercial self-storage buildings. Application and property of Global 17 LLC, map 83, lot 38-2, zone I. And this should sound familiar, but what has been added here is the 2-lot re-subdivision portion of that. Did I get that right, Dan?
You got it.
Okay. And is it anticipated we'll review that at next meeting?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So nothing further on that. We'll move on to application 22-25, 16 Sand Hill Road, proposed zone change from IP to B2. Application of Michael Brown and property of 16 Sand Hill Properties LLC, map 22, lot 4, zone IP. And this will be scheduled to be heard on May 18th of this year. So nothing further on that at this point?
Nope.
Okay. We'll move on then to old business. First item is electric vehicle charging stations. I have nothing new for this meeting. Anybody have anything, any comments they'd like to make?
I did see that you sent something in the last, something.
Yeah, I forwarded the links that Bob had pointed out, and then also the article for you guys' review.
Yeah, a couple of articles I had found that I thought were pretty,
Yeah.
pretty easy reading, and I found them interesting, so.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, then we'll move on to Riverfront Overlay Zone. Anything new here?
I don't have anything new. I guess we're still kind of waiting for Victoria. I anticipated she was going to be back for this meeting, but I will check in with her because I know she had some thoughts as to what we'd like to do down there. So I thought it would make sense to wait for her, see what she says, and then we can start seeing if we would like to alter that overlay zone.
Okay, then we'll move on to staff report. Any correspondence?
No correspondence, but I guess just to update you, we did do interviews today to fill Liz Tripp's position. We still miss her. If you're listening, Liz, we miss you. I did run into Jim. It seems like she's doing well. She did send us a nice little card, but she's doing well at her new job, which
She's
is.
not working for us anymore, pretty much.
Well, she has. I'm assured she has less work to do now than it was before. So this is working out great for her. So I'm happy for her. So sad for me, happy for her.
Yeah.
So 5 interviews today.
Yeah, they're all very good interviews. So
Has any sort of timeline been discussed for moving forward?
as soon as possible. So we're gonna whittle the candidates down, and then I believe I don't think we'll have a second round of interviews, but I want to talk to Pete was on the interview committee with me, the building official, and Michelle from the First Selectman's office. So the interviews went really well, and it was really good to hear from all the
Glad
applicants.
you got good candidates.
Me too. Yeah, so I think it worked out well. So we'll hopefully move on that as soon as possible, and then I can start being a little more responsive in terms of
Yeah, because you
getting
haven't
stuff.
really been very responsive.
Well, it's no, like the electric vehicle charging stations, I'd like to start
joke.
providing. I know, but I still feel it's true.
No, it's a joke.
Okay, how about Brainerd Place?
So I don't know if you've noticed, but the concrete's going into the ground.
Yeah.
Building 3 has started. So congratulations to all you guys for all the hard work and perseverance that you guys have had to get their approval and all the iterations of their approval. So I think it's really great for the town.
I still just can't get over that view. It's just amazing.
It is.
Wow.
It really is.
It's more of a hidden gem than we realized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dan, that's gonna have below the building parking and 3 stores above it?
Yeah, so that building is 3 stories from 66, and then there'll be parking underneath. Yeah.
Will that block the sun on Perry Avenue at all?
I'm trying to think. To some degree, maybe. Yeah, in the morning, right? Right? No, at night. So maybe some of the houses.
Sunset.
Yeah, will be blocked as the sun sets to the west. But I don't know for sure.
Right.
But there is a rise to Perry Ave.
Yeah?
So I think that won't be too bad. Plus the setback. So
Do they have a completion date, or that's?
that's up to their. That's on them. Yeah. My understanding though is they want to finish the first building within 2 years, and they want to start. They're starting everything else. So I know they want to start the second apartment building within 6 months, but before that happens, they'll be working on some of the commercial properties as well in phase 1. I would anticipate the next building would be the coffee shop, Starbucks building, for lack of a better term.
Have you talked to,
Mr. Bertram?
yeah,
I have not spoken to Mr. Bertram, but
I mean, are they happy? I was just trying to get a feel for what.
I'm not sure. I know I've talked to my EDC chair about getting an update for EDC on that, and I can share that information with you. I know the first selectman and the selectmen are working hard on redoing the tax agreement presently. I believe that was discussed last night in executive session as to how they'd like to move forward. But, you know, I believe that should get done, and, you know, I think the proof's in the pudding right now with all the infrastructure that has been installed and the start of the building.
Yeah, well, it is exciting,
Yeah, it's a long time coming.
yeah.
Got some big piles of dirt there, that's for sure.
They do.
Looks like fun. Okay, then, anything else on Brainerd Place?
That is all.
Okay, then we'll move on to public comment, so the commission will now hear any brief comments from any member of the public who would like to speak at this time. We have no members of the public in the room here. Anyone on chat? No one on chat. Okay, then we will move on to the approval of the minutes from March 16th.
And I have a few changes.
Okay,
Absolutely, yeah, yep. Yeah,
It, for, under application 2221, it says public hearing will be scheduled on April 2nd.
Well, the dates are wrong on both.
Yeah, that one.
yeah, so that's not a public hearing either.
Yeah, and it also has that same comment under the 2224 that we did today.
Okay, so that should be changed to April 6th?
Yes.
Okay.
And
and strike the public hearing for
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
then approval of the minutes for 3/2/2023 says Rob moved and that
Oh, that I
Chantel
seconded.
seconded,
Wow.
and she wasn't
How
here.
did I do that?
So
Skill.
I don't know if it was Ken, Tom, or I don't remember.
We can go back and, Dalton can go back and check the YouTube
Yeah,
video.
so it could have been me or Tom.
Okay.
I don't know who it was. I don't remember.
Okay, we certainly can make those corrections.
And that's all I saw.
so just know you were with us in
I
spirit.
know, it's nice to know that you guys are thinking about me even when I'm not here.
Okay, then, may I have a motion to approve the minutes from 3:16 as amended?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, say no.
I was absent.
Yes, and Ken was not here either. Okay, so the minutes are approved.
Yeah,
Do we have to do the
Yeah,
aquifer
do we have
protection
to do the
separately?
aquifer minutes
Yes,
that we
yeah, I
received?
would approve those minutes too. That is my fault.
Oh, okay, we wouldn't do those at our next APA meeting?
Actually, Bob is
Yes,
correct.
we
Okay.
do it
Yes,
the next
sorry.
time.
So we'll
Thank
just
you, Bob.
hold on to this, sure. Okay, then, the minutes for planning and zoning are approved, so may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
And a second.
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Yay, thank you, Bob.